Today we are at Seward Speed Shop with our buddy Adam. I forgot your name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Call me whatever, man. It's fine.
Today we are at Seward Speed Shop with our buddy Adam, We are at Seward Speed Shop with our buddy Adam, and today we are going to look at the different spindles for a Beetle. We've got a stock, we've got a lowered, and we have a raised. Starting out with this one. This is the stock one, obviously. And what can you tell us about this?
Obviously, these are all ball joint.
Yeah, that's a good point to make.
Yeah, they're all ball joint. The stock spindle is like super strong. There's two varieties of the ball joint for type 1. There's early and later ball joint, so 66 to like 69.
Ball joint or bearing?
Bearing. Yeah, not ball joint. Ball joints are all the same, but on the ball joint spindle,
okay,
the really only main difference is the bearing races.
And that's the diameter here, so that takes a different bearing. Now,
different
what
bearing.
Year did they?
Like 66 was the introduction of the ball joint.
These are off of 67.
These are 67, and then up to 69 or 68 is the small bearing. Yep. And then
so 69
they go to
on up. So
then all the rest
and these
of them
are the same. These are the larger bearings on these then.
Yep.
So
27 millimeter, then 29.
Okay, cool.
But like a really strong forging.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Looks very durable, and it's got the three bolt holes for the brake backing plate.
Brake backing plates. Yeah.
Now we
Basic
get
stuff.
into a dropped spindle, and this is pretty common. People will drop the suspension because with the stock one, the Beetle kind of sits up in the air in the front.
It always does.
A little bit. I mean, I don't know why they do that, but if you were going with a total restoration where you want it all stock, of course you use these. But most people, to get that more aesthetically pleasing stance, will go with a 2.5-inch drop spindle like this one. And this is an old one I had laying around. It looks like the CB Performance.
Yep.
And this one, you'll notice here, it does not have the 3 bolt holes for the brakes. It only has 2 bolt holes here. This was purposely made just for a disc brake kit to go on this, so you can't use stock brakes on this one. But we'll put it up against this one.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, there you go. There's your drop.
And you can see that's like 2.5 inches.
Pretty significant.
Yeah, very noticeable.
Yep.
Now here on the back side, you'll see the ball joints. Ball joints are the same, the distance between here. And this one you have the ball joints going down at the top and up at the bottom?
Yep, up at the bottom, down at the top. Yep.
And the steering knuckle is the same.
Yep.
So everything is the same.
Relatively all the same.
Yeah, except for, obviously, this one is raised up on the spindle, so that'll give you the drop in the front.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different drop spindles, too, to choose from. Some are totally forged. Some are 2-piece forged. If you buy a 2-piece forged, like this one is, you want to buy a good quality one because they forge the whole spindle itself, and then they turn this, and then they press it into the back.
Oh, okay.
So some guys will go in and weld this. I've seen many people do that. It's not a terrible idea. Or there is a complete forged spindle.
This is all one piece.
It's one piece.
And then they put this in a lathe.
Yep.
It's a very special apparatus to put it in the lathe.
Not with me standing anywhere near it.
Yeah,
but
then they turn that part where the wheel bearings go.
Exactly, yeah. So that's something to keep in mind. This was, definitely more of a budget-minded, but I've taken cars apart and pulled the disc brakes or the drum brakes off, and this you could tap out with a hammer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not a bad idea to put.
So to go in there, TIG weld it, and also, back in the day, a lot of these were not forged; these were just cast. So
how do you like them? A cast over a forged.
Now if you've got a cast, going and welding this is going to be a problem.
Oh, sure.
It's not, you're not going to get a true weld. What you might be able to do is, silicon bronze TIG weld, but
Yeah.
even so, it's not going to be great. So, but they've got those problems for the most part figured out, and this is a nice, tight press fit nowadays. So, yeah.
Now, one thing that I noticed, I put the dropped ones from Empy on the green Bug, and the speedometer cable comes out here, and it comes really close to the upper ball joint. In fact, it's touching the boot.
It touches it, yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a hassle.
No.
Because there's not a lot of movement going on there.
Right.
So I don't think that's a big deal. So if you do put 2.5-inch drop spindles on, you'll probably notice that. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. So
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
Yeah. Nothing to be concerned about.
But this would, like we said earlier, this is specifically for a disc brake caliper. You can't put
No.
a drum brake
Can't
on
put
it.
a drum
and
on
you
it.
can't, I would imagine you can't just take any aftermarket kit
No.
and put on it.
No.
So you would have to source
It's going to have to be specific to.
for this kit that this came out of.
Yep.
So we're kind of screwed. These are nice paperweights.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, see if you can get, I would probably avoid this and go with a spindle like this. If you're going to go with a 2.5-inch drop spindle,
Yeah.
go with one that uses the stock holes, you think?
And has the caliper mounts based off of that.
Yeah, where they come off of.
Yeah. There's usually a spacing when it comes to calipers. There's usually a standard spacing.
Okay. I got you.
So there might be a caliper that always fits that. You just have to might move it. You might have to move it forward. Based
this way.
on the disc that you get for this.
Gotcha.
You might have to do some configuring to make it work. Chances are strong it's a stock ATE bolt pattern,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but it's hard telling. So,
anything else? And it uses the same eccentric.
yep.
The eccentric for
If
aligning.
you do go with a drop spindle, a lot of times they sell an over.
More of an eccentric.
More of an eccentric.
I've seen those.
Yes.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Grab them when you buy your spindles. Grab those because that's going to be the problem that you're going to run into a lot of times. Usually it's on the driver's side, which we have here. You're never going to get to zero. If you're trying to run zero or negative camber, you're never going to get there with the stock eccentric.
Okay.
A lot of times. So while you're ordering it, order the over, the
More eccentric.
exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Get that.
Yeah, this one here is really, really heavy.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to get into. Now look, this is profoundly different.
Totally.
This is off of VW Thing. What year did they make Things?
73, 74 in the U.S.
In the U.S. They probably sold them elsewhere.
Yeah, they sold them elsewhere.
Because they always do that.
Yeah.
The rest of the world gets all the cool
They
stuff.
get the cool stuff. We don't.
But yeah, you can see the difference here. It would normally be up like this.
Yeah, we would have to if we want to look at lift, we can go about where the top arm goes in. So that's about your lift.
Which is about 3 inches.
Yeah, it's 3 plus is what it ends up being.
Now you see there's a difference between the height of this lower ball joint.
Correct.
What's up with that?
Okay, so type 1, control arm goes in the bottom, control arm loads in the top, and both of your nuts are in the middle.
Yeah.
Thing, control arm goes in the top, control arm goes in the top.
Gotcha. So the control arm is basically in the same position. It's
Correct.
just the ball joint goes up on this
Boom,
one.
boom,
and down.
on that one. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a cool design.
Yeah, there's a lot of
These
here.
Dude, these things are serious. I have no idea what they were intending the thing to go through.
I think they were competing against the CJ7, although two-wheel drive. Of course,
Yeah.
the thing was two-wheel drive, but they were competing against the Scouts and the.
But if you look at how beefy a thing spindle is, they were planning on
Yeah.
off-road racing the thing from the
think
factory.
so.
You know what I mean? Like, the body is going to fall apart
Yeah, way before this.
before the suspension has failures.
The steering
yeah.
arm itself, it's the same length.
But it's
as stock, but it's
so
like
much
a
beefier.
third more material in it. Even the eyelet up here is so
Now,
much
the
bigger.
off-road guys go and weld gussets. You know, they'll have numerous gussets on these to strengthen up the steering, you know, but, I mean, I don't...
Yeah, so these would be ideal for getting lift out of a Baja Bug or a Sandrail.
This is the way to go.
This is the way to go.
This has become a very costly way to go, unfortunately.
Yes, this is actually a VW part, and it cost me dearly to get a pair of these.
Yes.
Now, MP is actually manufacturing them now. They're still a little pricey, but
they are pricey. There's no question about it. But they are manufacturing them. Hopefully, the price comes down and it becomes a little bit more affordable, or at least affects the price of the originals. You know, and it just brings everything back into check because. And I remember these used to cost, you know, things Spindles not that terribly long ago were a $100 item. You know,
I spent a lot more than that.
I know.
And they're getting fewer and further between too. We're running out of the stock ones.
Yep. It's just not easy to find them. So, yeah.
And it still has a speedometer cable, just all of these are drilled for a speedometer cable to go through.
And they do give you more clearance for that speedometer cable because they hit it at an angle, which is interesting.
It is more of an angle than this one. They're all at a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
But that one's you can barely see through that one.
Right. It's kind of crazy. But they moved it that much. So, yeah. Thing Spindles for the win.
Yeah. We're not putting them on a Baja Bug.
Correct.
We're putting them on a stupid build we're working on right now.
Correct.
A VW Beetle gasser. Correct. Where it's going to be sitting up in the front at like a 4-degree angle. That's where these
bad boys are coming in.
So that's our application, which probably would never be yours. But like I said, those would work awesome on raising up a Baja Bug.
Yeah, off-road, this is the way to go.
What else can we talk about?
That's really it. That's your Spindles in a nutshell.
Now, one thing I'd like to mention for people putting on a 2-inch drop, if you have an earlier car, they use a small diameter tie rod end. I ran into that with the green one. I bought the wrong ones.
Almost every drop spindle comes
with the large diameter one. Yeah, and the Thing also uses a larger diameter one.
Yep.
The stock one. And you can see on here it's drilled out for the brakes, but on this one I noticed the holes are clocked.
Totally different style of backing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see they're so the backing plate would be totally different. Here's the two that are close together.
Yeah.
And there's the two that are close together. So you can see on the Thing the brakes are turned a little bit more. I don't know why they did that, but it works, I'm sure.
It's a Volkswagen thing.
Now, a big question a lot of people have is, does the Thing spindle use the same ball joints as a stock Beetle?
Yes. No. Okay, so the Thing ball joints, and we might have to edit on this.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not 100% sure on this. We're going to find out when we go to put it in our application.
The Thing ball joints are the same as a Type 1. They travel further in each direction.
Oh, okay.
So, because of the raise, so you have so much more travel. So the claim is that a Thing ball joint has more travel built into it.
Gotcha.
So if you buy a lowered or a raised ball joint, that's essentially a Thing ball joint.
Okay, so would it just be better just to go out and buy Thing ball joints?
Sure.
Yeah. True.
Just like everything Thing front beam related. When you call them specific Thing ball joints, it gets pricey.
Yeah, so you pay the Thing tax.
You pay exactly.
Now I also heard that if you do use a Beetle ball joint, you have to do some grinding on the ball joint. We don't know for sure where. We're going to find out. In one of our videos, we'll certainly show that. But
will make them work.
Well, oh yeah, they'll work.
There's a million guys out there with a ton of information on how to make it work and so on and so forth. We have grinders and
we're not going to listen to any of that. We're just going to go flying into this half-cocked and
we'll just start pressing things in places and
probably not the proper way to do it. But that's the way we do things.
That's how we roll. So yeah it'll be awesome.
It'll be awesome. Well, there you have it, folks. I think we touched on everything we needed to.
Spindles, and spindles.
If you have any kind of questions or comments on this, down in the video description or down in the comment section, leave one. Please like and subscribe. And other than that, that's it.
That's it.
Thanks for watching.